Hi, welcome to our YouTube channel. Our topic for today is which futures contract month should we trade? This is a very common question by many of the beginners. We are going to answer this question. For example, should we trade spot month? Should we trade the subsequent month? If we are going to trade spot month, can we trade the next month? These are all the common questions being asked. And what are the things that we need to take note if we are going to select which month to trade? So we are going to answer all the questions that just now already mentioned about it. Before I start, I would like to have a disclaimer. Our topic for today is only meant for education purposes only. There's no buy or sell call. Now, we have two common products being traded by beginners. Commonly, especially for beginners, you are going to trade FKLI and FCPO. Some of you might be trading FM70, but FKLI and FM70, more or less, they are the same. So I'm going to discuss from the perspective of FKLI, and later I'm going to discuss from the perspective of FCPO. Now, we're going to start with the first question. You can see that we have many contract months. Which month should we trade? If we follow our contract specification, we have 4 contract months for FKR, which are the spot month. If today is the 1st of August, we have August month. Then we have the next month, which is the September month, and the subsequent 2 calendar month. So quarterly calendar month. So we can see that our quarterly month, they are March, June, September and December. So technically, if today is 1st of August, we have spot month, August, next month, September, subsequent 2 quarter, which are December and March. So among these 4 contract months, which month should we trade? Should we trade August? This is the common question. Now, you don't need to memorize if you cannot memorize things, and in fact, you know that I don't encourage people to memorize as well. You can see very easily that you can identify by looking at the volume itself. So among all the 4 contract months, you can see that August has the highest volume, which is 3,000 plus among all the contract months. So easily, you can make the decision that, hey, I should trade the August month. Why volume is so important? Meaning that it's easy for me to buy and sell. If the volume is not high, meaning that it's very difficult for me to buy or sell. And another thing that you can see if spot month, the price, they are more or less the same. Can you see? Buyer is at 1501, the seller is at 1501.5, but you can see that the spread between the March, the buyer and the seller is 2 points of difference, but here is only half a point of difference. So technically, liquidity is very important when it comes to your volume. That's why if you have high volume, meaning your liquidity is higher, it's easier for you to buy and sell. So the first thing, if you cannot remember anything, just look at the highest volume, you trade for that particular month, you will not be too wrong. Now the second question, definitely some of you will be asking, hey, can I trade September? Or even the question is, can I trade December? Can I trade March or not? So if I'm going to look at September month, because if I'm going to answer this in September month, it will be the same applies for December and March. So the question is, can I trade September month? The answer is definitely yes. If not, why is they are available for these 4 contract months? So technically, you can trade all the 4 contract months. But what are the difference? Later, I'm going to explain to you. But if you're going to trade September month, what is the difference between if I'm buying August or I'm buying September? So if you're buying August, technically you can only hold until the last day for that particular month, which is 31st of August. But if 31st of August is a public holiday, the day before will be the last day. But if I'm buying September month, technically I can hold until 30th of September, which I have additional 1 month. So these are the difference. So you will know that, if I'm buying August, the last day will be on 31st of August. If I'm buying September, the last day for me to hold it will be on 30th of September. So technically, no issue for you to trade September. But when you trade September, is it sufficient volume for you to get in and get out from the market is some things that you need to take note. So technically, normally we advise you to go with the highest volume month, and when you trade for that particular month, it will be better. Now, what are the difference between August and September? So if I'm going to answer this question, then the same thing will apply. What is the difference if I'm trading August or December month, or I'm trading August or March? So the first thing that you need to understand is just now what I already mentioned is your expiration date. They are different. Then if I'm trading August, the difference is also, if I'm trading August, once August expired, I can still roll over, move to the next month. I can still change to September month to trade. So don't worry about this. So in short, we will encourage you to go with highest volume. That will be the best. And mainly the difference between August and September, you can see that the buyer is different. The spread between buyer and seller price might be different. The volume might be lower. So sometimes it's not easy for you to get in and get out. So normally we'll suggest you to trade for August month and only to trade for the next month. If, for example, today, if I'm going to buy FKLI, but already, for example, 30th of August. And tomorrow is going to be having the public holiday. So why today I just buy that? I need to close the position and move to the next day. I can choose to trade directly in September month. So by default, you are going to trade the spot month. Now, the next products that we are going to look at is FCPO. FCPO more contract months. So this is another headache. So be careful when you select a month. Make sure you check on the year as well, because you will have a repetition. For example, we have November 21st, then you're going to see November 2022 as well, then you're going to see November 2023 as well. So be careful about that. So automatically, if you're going to apply whatever you learn in FKLI, apply into FCPO. Now I'm going to ask you this question: which month should you trade? So automatically, you will answer me, it will be the third month. So in this current situation, because if today is 1st of August, my third contract month is October, then I have the highest volume. So look at the volume, because volume will create the liquidity. It will be easier for you to get in and get out from the market. I give you an example. If you are going to look at July 20, let's say July 2022, or even I'm going to look at September 2022. Can you see that the bid and ask is a lot of difference? Can you see that? So technically, I'm looking at the highest volume. So the same question you're going to ask me, can I trade in November? The answer is definitely yes. You definitely can trade in November, no issue. But normally we encourage people to go with the highest volume month. Then you don't need to memorize so many things. Then when the contract is going to expire, you just roll to the next month. Because some of you might find that, hey, if I roll over, I need to involve another cost, which is the brokerage. But you understand that brokerage is just a very small fraction of it, which is even 1 point. Like for example, in FCPO, or even one tick in FKLI, which is half a point, you can cover all your costs. So don't bother about this brokerage itself. So technically, you just go for October. Then when you move to the second month, then you just roll it to November, which is the subsequent month. So it's very simple. But for FCPO, why? Unlike FKL, we don't trade spot month. I believe many of you will ask this question as well. Remember, FCPO, the method of settlement is not cash settlement, it's physical delivery. Meaning that if you're holding a position, for example, I'm a buyer, I'm holding a position, that I'm going to see that there are 25 metric tons is going to send to my house. But don't worry, just a joke. They don't send to your house as well. They are going to send to the nearest port only. But this one is just for you to understand. So because of that, for FCPO, there are still other many reasons. But for your easy for you to understand, because of that, normally for retail like us, we are going to trade the third month. So if you cannot remember, just look at the highest volume you are going to trade for that particular month. You will not be too wrong. So this concludes our topic for today. Before you go, please remember to like our video and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and on your notification bell. We are going to see you in our next video. Bye bye.